that, and it kind of dips into Pennsylvania and New York. And we went with Lake Erie.
Okay.
Yeah, I know definitely is in Pennsylvania.
Funny enough, Joe, in high school, I had a girlfriend in Canada.
Oh, really?
So, yes, absolutely.
She probably lived at that cabin.
Cool.
Yes. All right. So, Lake Michigan is the wrong answer. The answer is Lake Erie.
All right, Matt. We did one.
I celebrate your honor.
Took us all 6 rounds to do it, but we did it.
With the tip of the glass. So, after 6 rounds, going into the gauntlet, Carmela and Joe have a phenomenal 174 points. They've run roughshod through this whole
Carmela's running
game.
roughshod over everything lately.
True story, hashtag. But Jonathan and Matt have a very
He's going to start putting me by myself, and I don't like it.
Jonathan and Matt, however, have a very respectable 126. 126. All right. And your gauntlet category is origin stories. Origin stories.
All right, our wager's locked in.
Excellent. All right. You guys locked in?
Yeah, our wager is locked in.
Excellent. All right. So your first question in the origin stories gauntlet. The origin of this item dates back to the 15th century, where people would use clay jars to save money in.
You want to go with that, Joe?
Yeah, we can go with that.
All right, we're locked in.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. We can lock in.
All right. Your second question. What child's product was first manufactured as wallpaper cleaner in the 1930s? It was then reworked in the 1950s and marketed to schools in the Cincinnati area.
Yeah, I know. That makes the most sense to me, or something like it.
We can lock in.
Mm-hmm.
Play-Doh would be my other thing.
Oh, that's a good one, too. I feel like I like Play-Doh more than my answer, only because I think it's more school-oriented. Like, you see that more in schools than you would.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, we'll go with that then. You
Okay.
cool with that? All right,
Yep.
Our answer's locked in.
And your final question in the origin stories gauntlet. In 1915, teenager Thomas Lyle Williams noticed his older sister was mixing coal dust with petroleum jelly to use as eye makeup. This sparked Williams to found what multinational cosmetic company, whose name is a portmanteau of his sister's first name and the brand of petroleum jelly that was used. And I'd be amiss not to say thank you to Scott Barber for writing this question for me. So thank you, Scott.
All right, we are locked in.
All right.
Cool, we're locked in.
So I'm going to read back the questions. You guys will give the answers, and we'll finish this thing up. So your first question was, the origin of this item dates back to the 15th century, where people would use clay jars to save money in them. Carmel and Joe, we're going to start with you, please.
The thing that made the most sense to us is a piggy bank. So that's
right.
what we went with.
Okay. And Jonathan and Matt.
Piggy, Siggy, Piggy, Siggy, Piggy. We said piggy bank.
Jesus.
Oh, that was such a good Bill and Ted reference. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Jonathan.
We said piggy bank.
Okay. All right. Your second question is, what child's product was first manufactured as a wallpaper cleaner in the 1930s? It was then reworked in the 1950s and marketed to schools in the Cincinnati area. Matt and Jonathan.
We went with Silly Putty as the cleaner because of the way when you put it on something, you can transfer stuff off. So we went with Silly Putty.
Okay. And Joe and Carmela.
We talked about Silly Putty, but then I also threw out Play-Doh, and we decided we liked that better, so we went with Play-Doh.
And your final question, again, thank you, Scott Barber, is in 1915, teenager Thomas Lyle Williams noticed his older sister was mixing coal dust with petroleum jelly to use as eye makeup. This sparked Williams to found what multinational cosmetics company, whose name is a portmanteau of his sister's first name and the brand of petroleum jelly used. And Carmela and Joe.
Joe, do you think maybe she's born with it?
I don't know. I think it's Maybelline.
We went with Maybelline.
All right. And Matt and Jonathan.
And you guys heard us kind of suss that out with, we figured Vaseline was possibly it, and then it just kind of came.
All right. So here are the answers. We have one question that was different, so we're going to save that one for the last one. So the clay jars, they were made out of the pig clay that it was made from. It is a piggy bank. Well done, both teams. And Thomas Lyle Williams founded Maybelline. Yes, his sister's name was Mabel. So
Cool.
Well done. And finally, the child's product that was first manufactured as wallpaper cleaner in the 30s and then reworked in the 50s was Play-Doh.
Oh.
Jonathan, it wouldn't have been right for us to win it, just how this day is. Right?
You're probably right. We didn't even think about Play-Doh, man.
Yeah. We just silly putty. Yep, let's move on.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yep.
I thought it was
All right.
I didn't have any doubt until she said Play-Doh, and then I was like,
Yeah, it was like,
All right. So, unfortunately, it's not going to come down to bets, but we want to find out what the final score of the game is. So, Jonathan and Matt, what was your bet and what was your thought process before getting them wrong?
it was very much a case of it doesn't feel like they would bet for a full lockout. And so it felt like the best strategy to have a chance of winning would be to bet it all. So we bet it all, and we'll finish with 0.
Right. And for scoring purposes, Carmel and Joe, what was your bet?
So I know we could bet 47 conservatively, but we also thought it's Joe's first time. Let's go bigger. I don't remember the right formula to do a lockout, so we just bet one more than your score. So we bet 127.
Wow.
Well, that would lock somebody out.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, just add double to our score, and then figure out how many you need to add to yours to get over that number. That's the lockout.
That's way
makes
too
sense.
much math, Jonathan.
I was like, we'll just bet one more than theirs. I'm like, all right, cool.
So, Matt, we made the bet we had to make.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
We did the right thing, except the answer.
With a total of 301-0, your winners of Trivial Warfare is Carmela and Joe.
It's like a game of darts. They beat us in 301. Jeez. All right. Well, that was a strong game. Really good job by Carmela and Joe there. Before we wrap up, we want to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. Matt, we'll start with you.
No cause, always happy to be here. Check in on people. That's what I always say. Just check in on people. Everybody's still stuck at home in cases, and there's cold weather. So in other places of the country, not so much Florida, but man, just call somebody every day. Just check on somebody maybe you haven't talked to for a couple of weeks. Just check how they're doing. I think that says a lot, and it does a lot for people to lift spirits. So keep doing that.
Outstanding. Thank you. And Joe, you're up.
Yeah, I just want to say, first of all, I really just love the community of Trivial Warfare. I have a newborn at home, so hobbies are hard to come by right now. Trivia is always just something that I can kind of fall back to. In terms of causes goes, biggest thing that I can think of for right now is just shop local. Like, there are so many good boutiques, little restaurants, even independent pharmacies that thrive on your patronage. And we, don't want the world to be run by Amazon and Walmart. So yeah, just seek them out. Every town has their little store, and I know that you'd be doing them all a huge favor.
So you're saying that you want to be the world's drug dealer?
You know what? Exactly.
That's right.
If that would be, yeah.
I think it's awesome. Support your local drug dealers. This is beautiful. No, I'm teasing. No, I love your message, though. Your message is 100% true.
I think you should support your local bread bowl.
Yes, you do need to support your local bread bowl.
I love you, Christopher.
I know you do.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up. So for Matt, for Joe, for Chris, and Carmela, I'm Jonathan. This has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.
Your question 2 and round 2 is brought to you by the legendary Rob Warman. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Rob. What was it? Rob. All right.